Hey, what's going on YouTube? Is Dodd with Dodd Does Real Estate. Just want to talk to you guys real quick about getting started in real estate. I've talked to several different people that have expressed interest in investing, and they always, I wouldn't necessarily come up with an excuse. I guess it is an excuse or a reason. So I just wanted to give a quick little video on what would I do if I was going to start investing today. So first thing I would do is educate myself. So there are several different books that I like to suggest. I've talked about different books on this channel before. I've probably even talked about these or referenced these books. There's the first book is the Investing in Real Estate with Brandon Turner. I ain't got the exact title of it, but it's Bigger Pockets. Everybody knows who that is that invests in real estate. So you can always search Bigger Pockets, Brandon Turner. It's like rental property investing. There's also a great book by Gary Keller. It's called Millionaire Real Estate Investor. I really like that book. It's a really, really well written book. It's not only educational, but it has a good story in it. He also has one about flipping houses, if that's something you're interested as well. When I talk to people that want to invest, that know me, that contact me, I always tell them to read these two books. I'll text it to them or email them to them. It's like, hey, just read these books, and after you read these books, get back to me. Now, I will say for the most part, they don't get back to me because they love the idea of investing in real estate. They love a lot of different things about what real estate can do for you, but whether it's they're not really committed to it, they're not really committed to, or it's not what they want to do. Or, I mean, I've even talked to some that say, hey, I'm not ready, but when I am ready, that's the first thing I'm going to do. So this ain't a knock to anybody. This is just like, if I would start today, this is what I would do because it's what I did, and I can only speak on my experience. So I read them books. I mean, the way Brandon Turner breaks everything down is a really simple way of getting started. And then Gary Keller in the other book just tells really good stories about different investors. So, I mean, you know, and really even before the books, I got on YouTube and started to do the research. That's actually how I found out about Bigger Pockets. They have hundreds and hundreds of videos, and they have tons of books. And, you know, they'll get you to, they'll want you to sign up for the website and stuff like that. Will cost a certain amount of money. I wouldn't necessarily worry about that until after you read the books. Another good reason to read the books is because there's hundreds of different ways to invest in real estate. And I literally mean hundreds, probably hundreds of different ways to invest in real estate. These books will at least get you somewhere to, like, what do you want to do? Do you want to do single family? Do you want to do multifamily? Do you want to do flips? Do you want to wholesale? There's a ton of different stuff that you might want to do. These two books that I'm referring to are more like a buy and hold situation, but they break down definitely the Brandon Turner book, Investing in Real Estate. It kind of goes over everything. And the Real Estate Millionaire by Gary Keller, I'm pretty sure it does too, but just read these two books. I mean, if anything, read these two books. They're good books. They're educational books. They're entertaining books. And I would say if you don't have time to read these books, you don't have time for real estate. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. It's not something you just wake up and do for an hour. There's a lot of work. Within the last month, I've been to Milwaukee. I drove within a 2-day. I drove up there for a day, came back to do some real estate stuff. Came back, worked a 12-hour shift, woke up after that, walked the property with 2 different contractors, dealt with lenders, got my other properties together, had issues at another property. So, I mean, at the end of the day, if you ain't got time to read the books, you ain't got time to be a real estate investor. Now, I will say that it could become way more passive if I wanted it to be. and it will eventually be more passive. And there's a lot of real estate investors that ain't going to do what I'm doing. This is where I'm at in my stage. Now down the road, when I get a certain amount of properties, I won't manage my property. My goal is to eventually start my own property management company anyways. So that will all be automated. A lot of this stuff I do at this point is for experience. Also, I'll be doing my first full-scale flip, so that's something I'm going to take on as I'm going to, I guess be the GC or whatever on that job. I got several different bids. Not exactly locked into anybody yet. I found that some of the contractors are wasn't able to fill my SOW out very well. So if you can't do that, then you can't do the whole job, which is understandable. And not to get off subject, but anyways, go back to what I'm saying. Read the books. I'll put them down in the description, the actual names. I'm sorry, I was a little unprepared, but I wanted to make this video just because I keep talking to people that say, hey, I guess the number one question is usually, how do you get the money? Which is just it's a big part, but it's a small part of many other things as far as finding deals, finding funding, finding contractors, finding lenders. There's just a ton of different stuff to them. These books are the foundation. I'm also going to put in there some other real estate investors YouTube channels that can give you a lot of information. I'm going to put Joe's information down in the description. Follow his channel. Really good. Like extremely good, knowledgeable, knows what he's talking about. And I almost bet you that he's read these books. I know he's referred to the Real Estate Millionaire before. So, I mean, if you want to get into it, you got to get into it. There's several different levels. You don't have to, hit the ground running. You can start as small as, going to some meetups, reading some books, and doing that stuff. But the whole point to this is start with a foundation of education. We get this education in, everything else is going to come together. So we have to educate and execute. Once we do that, and we can become real estate investors. So I'll end the video with that. But like I said, first thing I would do, educate yourself. I'll talk to you guys later.